Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 minute until I'm going live on Instagram to announce my next wrestling match. And you guys know, of course, like in season, like college wrestling season, this is more of like an independent thing. You guys know on last year's I did the Stalemate Street League, which was super fun. Didn't get the W, which was not fun, but regardless, this is something new. This is on Beat the Streets in Cleveland, so this is just such a cool opportunity, and here we go. Gonna hop into this live and see what it's about.
All right, guys, he's here, guys. So
basically, what's next for me? My next wrestling match. Of course, I'm going in on my final year of college wrestling, but sometimes opportunities just come up where you can wrestle on, and kind of other matches as well. And I was kind of awarded this opportunity to wrestle at Beat the Streets, which is an awesome event, and even just a community. The idea is to keep kids, like off the streets. It's basically just like a wrestling fundraiser in order to do this. So it's super cool to put on these, these events. And in the past, they've done like crazy things in New York. Like recently at this past year one, Andrew Lira's faced Jesse Mendez, and Jordan Burroughs was there, Neil deGrasse Tyson, just like a bunch of like cool people like that. Tim Ferriss was there. But this one is Beat the Streets in Cleveland, and now this match will be going down in Cleveland, Ohio. And I am wrestling in the basically the premier matchup, which is really cool. But I am facing Mugsy, which, if you guys do not know, he's basically the most kind of followed. He's not the most followed wrestler because there's Gable, there's Jordan Burroughs, but as someone who he doesn't even wrestle in college. He actually, the farthest he got is just wrestling in high school, but basically everyone kind of knows him for his ankle pick video. This video is still getting like 500,000 views per day, but it's up to like 94 million views of him just doing an ankle pick at a beach wrestling thing. But he's kind of taken that, made it kind of his own thing, and he's doing a great job of just promoting wrestling really, and just promoting kind of what he stands for. It's pretty cool to see. But regardless, I was thinking about like who should be my matchup, and I had a couple wrestlers that we could have done, and it didn't ultimately come down to exactly what I said, because I was like down to wrestle whoever. It just didn't really matter. And I was like, you know what? And so some people even backed out too, which was just like a little how it is. But at the end of the day, I was like thinking, who should be like a matchup? And I'm like, you know what? What if we put Mugsy on the wrestling mat? No, he hasn't competed, probably since that ankle pick video. And you know what? I was just like, you know what? Let's do it. And so, like, regardless of the weight class, a lot of you guys may have questions about the weight class or exactly how everything is going to go down. Basically, for the weight class, there is no actual like weight class. It's basically, I was just told it's basically just like honor system. And for me, I'm currently walking around about probably 153, 155. Like I don't get over 157. Usually after practice, I'm, even like 49 or 48 even. You guys know, like in season, I wrestle 141. Now Mugsy, basically when we're talking about weight class, he said he sits around 7% body fat, and he's between 160 and 165. So definitely there is a size advantage to him there. And for that, I'm really eager to see how that plays out. And of course, you guys might be like, I know there's so many different thoughts about this, and I guess I have my own thoughts, but regardless, a wrestling match is a wrestling match. And also, he hasn't been on the college scene. I've been in the college room for the past, 4 years now, and, basically, wrestled for 15 years straight now, and I'm not sure, when he picked everything up. And sure, he's an athletic guy, super jacked. It should be just like, I mean, I'm sure when we do like a face-off or something, it might look a little crazy. But yeah, he's bigger. I don't know if he's stronger. I mean, bench 275, but regardless, other than the weight, what style would we be wrestling? Now, I think it was up to like us to decide if we want to do freestyle or folk style, but the consensus is folk style. College rules. With that being said, I think we're going to go 7 minutes. It's of course going to be with the 3-point takedown. So of course, takedowns are going to go up really fast. And I was just kind of thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I have a great gas tank, especially now that it's getting better and better and better as, of course, the summer goes on and, going into this next year. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. And I don't know about his necessarily stamina or how far he can go in a wrestling match. With that being said, whether that be my hand fighting, my movement, whatever it is, I know when we did an Instagram live kind of to announce it, and he was saying that he's the hardest worker, he runs more miles, whatever it may be, but wrestling is a different beast. Wrestling is completely different. It's not a track and field sprint. Like this is I mean, you can get ready to sprint if you want to sprint for 7 minutes, but I mean, wrestling it's a whole different breed, and I think we're gonna see it on display. And you know, he has a lat drop. I'm sure he's super strong there and has his ankle picks, and he's known for being super jittery, super fakey, doing these lots of things. But I'm just gonna wonder, is that what he's gonna do during this matchup? I don't know. Basically, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a video on what I think, how the match is actually gonna happen, and how I'm necessarily maybe not even training for this match. Which of course it's like, this is such a cool opportunity, but this isn't a pinnacle for me. This is just another stepping stone. You know, for him it's like, this is something super cool. I think that's on his plate that he can like train for, and actually, you know, he's like, you know what, like this is something cool on his horizon. But for me, it's cool. It's this just like how I did wrestling state in high school. I wanted to win a state title so bad. And it wasn't until Max Ashgren told me, like, Cayden, you should think about wrestling in college and winning a national title. This is me not even a state champion yet. And I'm like thinking like, well, like, how can I do that if I didn't even win state? And his thing was basically, if you are training to be a college national champion, your high school state title will come. And I guess with that mindset, it's just like, you know what, yeah, I'm just going to focus on being the best at whatever I can do. And of course, you know, going into this last year, it's like, yeah, national title is it. Like that's the pinnacle currently now for it in college, to win a team title, to win an individual title. And of course, you know, in years past, it hasn't drawn out exactly, of course, how of course, personally would have liked. And, you know, I know that the work I put in, I know the hours, I know the commitment that I have to the sport, and just my desire and my just my overall how I value myself and how I value wrestling. And I know that, you know, putting my faith above all that it's not necessarily, I can't control the outcome. And like I learned from, you know, Johnny DeJulius, you gotta surrender the outcome, and it's just not worrying about that, because you can have such bad anxiety because of that, whatever it may be. But this match is going down. It's October 5th in Cleveland, Ohio. If you guys do want to watch, and you can come in person, I believe it still will be streamed, which you guys can watch. But if you want to come in person, which I suggest you do, because regardless, I mean, you can get to meet probably all the guys wrestling there, which is going to be an amazing time. But also, I'll probably have like some shoes to sell, given I think they're going to sell out, but regardless, just a lot of cool stuff. If you guys want to meet me, get like signed posters, signed anything, whatever, I'm literally there until probably like the last fan leaves. But regardless, it's going to be a great time. The link is in the description, and if you use code Cayden10, you save yourself 10% off on basically the overall purchase order. And of course, that some of that the profits there end up going back to me, of course, which of course making my way out there, bringing my team, which is super cool. I'm currently also, I didn't even talk about where the heck am I right now. I'm at a hotel. I'm with my girl. I was gonna say girlfriend. I'm with my fiance Kelsey.
I'm not your girlfriend.
I've said girlfriend so much in the past, like month, but yeah, she's my fiance now. But also Superman is here too. So we're gonna have a clinic, a 2-day clinic coming up. So just doing some more wrestling. Like this is what I do. So regardless, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are super excited for it. I'm gonna talk more, of course, in the future, but this is just a video kind of saying exactly kind of what is gonna happen. So I appreciate you guys so much for sticking around. Let me know in the comments your predictions of the match regardless. But thanks guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons, and we'll see you guys next video.